This is amazing. This is amazing, my people. Right now, I don't even know if you guys can hear me. I really don't know. Every time I'm doing a live feed, Facebook is blocking me every single time. And I have a full internet signal. I was watching YouTube, I was watching Netflix. And can you can you even hear me now? Because I'm to the point that you know shit. My second personality is about to come out. You know, because this is some crazy crap. You know, um, I'm not even talking about anything in particular. I'm just watching to see how long it takes for the Facebook algorithm to block my ass again. Sometimes it happens when I say the word Zuckerberg. All of a sudden, boom, it messes up. But I guess I'm getting signal. Okay, all right. Let me try this once again. Once again. First, I want to say thank you to Mala Santiago. She sent me a video of this badass light bulb security camera thing, and I saw it, and I'm like, I gotta have one. I thank you for sharing that because I like the gadgets and stuff. And yeah, man, I think I'm gonna get one of those things, man. Because I got cameras in my house, but just like regular surveillance cameras. But just that screw-on light bulb, oh man, that's gorgeous. I love it, man. So, but thank you for sharing. I wonder, I have to try to find see how much what the pricing on that is. But like I was talking about earlier, I was doing a live feed on a little knickknack that I bought on eBay, which costs $1. It's a little projector, and I'm gonna take the time to try to do that now. Since Facebook is probably out to lunch and they haven't cut my thing, and it's this little thing right here, and this is a projector watch, you know. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna turn off the light, and I'm gonna project the time. I don't know if you can see that. Now you probably can't see that. There it is. I projected on the white part. There you go, on the white part. You see it? That's the time, 4:12. You see? And these are stupid little things that I always get online, like when I make a purchase and there's like $1 something left over. And in eBay, it's cool as shit because you could go and you could have $1 and actually like find something in China and they ship it over for free. So you ask yourself, how did they even make any money? Seriously. I mean, but they send it out and I get it, for $1. So, that was cool. So if you want a cool little watch, there you go, 413. And if you project it onto a wall, it's a pretty nice size. It's a cute little thing here. But anyway, that brings me to the subject of this video: eBay versus Amazon. I'm a big eBayer. I buy a lot of stuff on eBay. I'm into like different knickknacks and stuff, electronics stuff, and I purchase from eBay all the time because eBay's better than Amazon. Amazon's too damn expensive, and especially being here in Puerto Rico, you can't get no shipping for free here in Puerto Rico. You order something and the shipping with Amazon is exorbitant, and I'm thinking that they do it on purpose because they don't want to ship here because it probably is troublesome for them. So what they do is they overprice on shipping. In other words, like to get people not to order from them, because I mean the shipping costs on Amazon are ridiculous. You order stuff on eBay and it comes from China practically for free, and it's crazy, but it happens. So like right now, if I have, let's say, in my PayPal account $1 or $2, I can actually order something good from China and get it free shipping all the way to Puerto Rico for nothing. And you can't do it on Amazon. So I've never really liked Amazon. But what happens with Amazon is now in Puerto Rico, they're gonna start a law that anything that you buy through Amazon, you're gonna have to pay tax on it. Which is ridiculous because if you look at this, It's called sales tax, all right? But how are you going to charge sales tax on an item that isn't even available in the place that they're charging you the sales tax? It makes no damn sense. Because if I order, I don't know, let's say that same keychain, I order that keychain from Ohio. I should be paying tax to Ohio because they're the ones that sold me the product. The sale was actually made in Ohio, not Puerto Rico. So Puerto Rico wants to start charging you to buy shit on Amazon, which is ridiculous, you know. But that's what they're doing here because they're trying to make money. Right now, here in Puerto Rico, when you go grocery shopping, you got to bring your own bags because they don't give out plastic bags anymore here. You know, so either that, you got to buy bags from them. Now, it's an oxymoron because you supposedly, oh, the plastic bags are damaging the environment, and that's why they remove the bags. But then, when you buy bags at the store, they're plastic, and they're actually a harder plastic. So I believe they're probably even more difficult to biodegrade the bags that it's all a scheme to sucker people, and I'm sick of it. Because if you don't want to sell the pack, bring the paper bags back. The ones that we used to use back in the 1980s, where we used to go to school and we used to take the paper bags and cover our books with. Why can't you bring those back then? What's the excuse for that? If you're so worried about the damn environment. But you're not worried about the damn environment. All you want to do is charge us 10 damn cents every single time for each bag. So if you do nice groceries, you're going to need 4, 5, 6 bags. That's almost $1 every single person. And then on top of that, we got to pay, the tax for the food too. This is Puerto Rico, man. People here, they make minimum wage. I would say like 90% of people in Puerto Rico, that's what they make. They make minimum wage. And you're charging us to order something from Amazon. You're charging us freaking sales tax. Sales tax here is what, at 11, 12% now? It's ridiculous, Oh, for real? Aldi's charging for bags? Let me ask you a question. Do they still have, like, the empty boxes in Aldi like we used to do before, or did they change that? Because I remember I used to go to Aldi, and they used to have, like, boxes, that we could just, like, take them, This is, I mean, seriously, this world is going to shit, This world is going to shit. I just really hope that they don't try to apply that tax to eBay. I really don't. At least in Puerto Rico, because I'm gonna tell you one thing: if they try to put a tax on eBay to Puerto Rico, they got another thing coming. Because I am not gonna pay no damn tax on anything that I buy on eBay. Because what I'll do is I'll just have somebody in the States order it from me and send that motherfucker to me. I ain't paying no damn tax on shit that you buy from eBay. I'm not gonna do it, because it goes against my. Why do I gotta pay tax on something that comes from eBay? Why? Because their stupid asses here, make everything so expensive in the stores that we have to opt for buying stuff elsewhere. That's why the economy's screwed up. It isn't because of lack of money, it's because of abundance of greed. Oh yeah, I know about the quarter in the car. They charge the quarter. Actually, you know what? I think that's a kind of cool system, but in a way, it's kind of bad because, like, if you're going to the store, let's say you go into to Aldi and all you got is food stamps, right? And you ain't got no money, so then if you don't have the quarter for the car, you can't pull the card out of the rack. Because let me tell you, man, I've gone through some tough times. And I know what it is to go to the grocery store and with like food stamps and shit, but I don't got I won't have a quarter. I'm telling you, man, I've been through all that. I've gone through food stamps. I've gone through, having money. I've lived everything. Shit, I was famous back in 2000. You know what I mean? I had money when I was a caseworker. That came to Puerto Rico. I was broke as shit. And So I understand all sides of the panorama. Shit, let me tell you, and people don't believe me when I say this. I have been in the government cheese line when I was a kid. Damn right. I remember that big ass block of cheese. I used to live in Camden. We used to live up in the ghetto, and I used to go and we used to go, and we used to get the government cheese. It was a big brown cardboard box with a big ass block of cheese inside, and it was good as hell too. I'm telling you, I remember all of that. You know, I used to, those were some good old days. I remember when food stamps were still, it was like a little booklet and it looked like Monopoly money, and we used to have that back in the '80s in Camden. And I remember that at the time, me and my family, we was real poor and shit, and we would wait in the line, and the line was real long. With the food stamps would come, and you look outside the bank, they used to give the food stamps at the bank, and it was a long ass line. You know what I'm saying? And it's like people picking up. That's what they used to call. I don't know. They still call it on like the first of the month. They call it Mother's Day. That shit was funny, man. I remember all that. You know. So I don't know. In a way, I'm happy that I went through that because I believe that's probably why I'm so down to earth. You know what I mean? Because it's like I've been amongst rich people. I've been amongst millionaires and billionaires. I had a billionaire. I'm not talking a millionaire. I had a billionaire and his wife recently here in my house. All right, a billionaire Hollywood movie director. I'm not gonna mention his name because I've mentioned it before, and I don't know if they'll want me to say anything. You know, I've had big time people here, man, and I live really humbly here in my house. You know, and I don't feel out of place because I've dealt with people like that. You know, when I flew up to New York, the last time I went up there when I was singing for the rally, I stayed in the house of the freaking president of the Pfizer industry. I was in his house. He's an Indian guy, you know, and the guy was cool as hell. Actually, he was like the president, and then I think that at like recently he had left Pfizer, so I don't know. He was like doing some other venture, but he was like millionaire dude, and I'm up in his house and shit, and he's cool as hell. Offered me everything, soda, took me to the airport in this freaking massive BMW. I mean, so I'm telling you, man, I've been through all of that, and I take it like it is. I mean, I think that there are times when you're gonna be doing good. There's times when you're gonna be doing bad, but there's actually fun in every aspect. Like when the storm came here in Puerto Rico, I was cooking out every day on a little barbecue grill, and I didn't have no money to be spending on charcoal all the time. So I'm over here, all the twigs and shit that the storm knocked down. I was using that for cooking. And let me tell you, I had a fun time. It was hard, and sometimes a little frustrating, but in a way, I kind of miss, those couple of months that nobody was without power. Cause I think like people, they came down from the damn cloud, man. And I remember we was all standing outside of Walgreens, and nobody could get any kind of internet signal. And I remember there was like Dorado's a small town, so the doctors that you see them in the air, they're standing right there with you with their cell phone up in the air trying to get signal and shit, and they're waiting in the lines all frustrated like this, and I'm like, yeah, that's right. That's right. We're all equal in the eyes of God right now. So that broke ass dude right there is got to wait in the line just like that rich ass doctor right there. And it was funny as hell because one doctor in particular showed up in the Maserati. I mean, a badass ride. And he had to make the line too. He had to wait right there with us. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like I enjoyed that part of the storm. I enjoyed the people, walking in the poor people's shoes just for a little bit, so they could just get a vibe, because some people, man, they got a couple dollars and they become detached from the real world, man. They become detached. They don't understand. You know, they live a little bit of comfort. They don't understand, man. So that's why when I make some money, I enjoy it, man. You know, I enjoy it, and I enjoy it with the people that I'm with. You know, and we go out to eat and we enjoy it. Why? Because when all right, let me explain this. I know a lot of people not are gonna agree with this. All right, a lot of people talking about, oh, you gotta save money. You gotta save money. Okay, I don't have anything against saving money, but when you're broke, life forces you to not enjoy anything. You know, when you're broke, life says, nope, you ain't gonna eat pizza, you ain't gonna go out to eat, you ain't gonna go to the movies, you ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna do that because you're broke. It forces you. So why all of a sudden we get a couple dollars and then we got the money, but then we force ourselves not to enjoy anything because all in the name of saving? So then all of a sudden you're you're limited when you're broke because life forces you to be limited and not enjoy nothing. And then when you do get money, you're fucking saving for when you're broke. So then on both sides of the scale, you don't enjoy shit. You know, I can't live like that. I cannot live like that. You know, saving. Let me tell you something about saving. When I was a caseworker, we had to deal with a lot of different things. And one of the things in particular was housing. All right. Um, and there are certain scales and certain things that, you know, and in terms of housing, it is recommended that a person not pay more than 30% of their income for their housing. Okay. Now, don't nobody abide by that rule. You know, people pay sometimes up to 50% of their income goes towards the rent. You know, those are certain things that, you know, need to be taken into consideration because life is hard, you know. So you got people, they make $1,000 a month and they're paying 600 in rent, and which just sounds really small because people, who the hell pays 600 in rent? I mean, you get that here in Puerto Rico. There people pay 400 or 500 in rent. But shit, when I was a caseworker up in Jersey, I was making at the time like almost 40,000 a year, like 35 grand a year, something like that. And at that time, that was back in 2000, I was paying $950 in rent every freaking month. You know, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, you know? But that's the reality. You know, now my mentality is this. If I make $1,000, ain't no way in hell I'm gonna pay more than $300. I don't give a damn if I gotta live in a little ass room. I don't care. But I will not pay rent more than $300. Why? Because it ain't right that you spend all your money on rent, then you can't even go to the movies. You can't even enjoy your life. You can't even get a fucking pizza. Hell no. You know, I mean, I don't pay rent in Puerto Rico. Thank God this house is paid off. But, you know, but if I had to pay rent, I ain't gonna pay more than $300. Hell no. You know? See, I'm trying to go the route of total self-sufficiency. I'm talking solar panels. I'm talking harvesting rainwater. That's my mindset at the moment. I don't want to pay nobody shit. I wanna make my money and spend it on what I want to spend it. You know, not be part of this system. You know, it's oppressive system that, you know, everything is going to keep going up and they're going to charge you more for electric. Look, right now, here in Puerto Rico, the energy company is screwing people big time. All right. They want to raise up the kilowatt hour to more 30 cents or more. Now, to give you perspective, New York, New Jersey, I think the city of New York in Manhattan, kilowatt hours like 18 cents. You know, in New Jersey, you got, I believe it's like at 12 cents kilowatt hour. But then Puerto Rico, 30 cents per kilowatt hour? What the hell is that? 30 freaking cents or more. You know, it's crazy. The water bill, all right? It, there's been times here in my house, the water bill will come $150, and it's just me and my wife here. $150 water, as if we had a damn pool. You know, that's the reality here in Puerto Rico. A gallon of milk here costs $7. A dozen of eggs here costs $4. That's the reality here in Puerto Rico. And then now they want to charge the kilowatt hour upwards of 30 cents. You know, that's the reality here. So I said I don't want to pay shit, and I'm not gonna pay nobody nothing, you know, because I'm sick of it. You know, I remember one time, you know, in the past, I had a job, and I would travel through the toll, right? And you know, every time you go through the toll, it's $1. All right, I don't know if it went up now, because I don't go that route anymore, but it was $1. Now I said to myself, it's hot as hell, and sometimes you're in the car and you want to drink a nice cold soda. Now, put yourself in this perspective. Forget about the dollar. Think that you in your car and you're hot as hell and you got a nice cold bottle of Coca-Cola, and if you go through the toll, you have to give that bottle of Coca-Cola to the guy just to pass. Now, would you give that nice cold soda to that toll collector? Would you give him the soda every single time? Would you give a 2-liter bottle of Coke to somebody just for going past a place? I say hell no. So I always took the other route through the beach, was actually the scenic route, which is actually prettier. You know, I take the long route. I mean, and it's not that I'm trying to be cheap, you know, because it's not the dollar. I mean, it's the principle, though. Why do I have to pay just to pass a place? You know, we pay taxes. People say, oh, because it's to fix the roads and blah, blah, blah. The roads ain't fixed. The roads are not fixed. Even before the tolls were put, the roads were still not fixed. You know? And they've imposed so many taxes and so many things. If roads still are screwed up. So that's the excuse, man. So me, I came to the condition that I said I ain't paying shit. I'm gonna try not to pay nothing. I mean, I wanna spend my money on on food and survival and like important life things, not some petty, because it's $1 here and $1 there, man. At the end of the day, all they're doing is just screwing you. Yesterday, I was watching a video. You know how much each Tomahawk cruise missile costs? $1.4 million. Each Tomahawk cruise missile. $1.4 million. I mean, if I had $1.4 million, I would live in peace the rest of my life. I would pay all my debts that I have. You know, I would have a nice health care coverage. My family would be taken care of. I would have a car that's in really good condition. And I would open up even a little business. And you know, the price of one freaking Tomahawk cruise missile. And to know that one damn Tomahawk cruise missile is just launched and exploded in 10 seconds and it's gone, it hurts. And I understand, you know, that, you know, I mean, national security is very important. You know what I'm saying? But it just hurts to watch this war in Syria. And every time I see an explosion, I'm like, 1.4 million, 1.4 million, 1.4 million, another 1.4 million. To fly a stealth bomber, it's like, to fuel it up, it's like 80 grand just for one flight, you know? And it hurts to see that, and at the same time, you got motherfuckers complaining because so-and-so gets food stamps. Come on, man. If you're going to complain about one poor-ass person getting food stamps, but you ain't going to complain about exploding multiple 1.4 million Tomahawk missiles, each missile, $1.4 million. I mean, you know, God is seeing all of this. You know, God is seeing all of this and is wrong. I mean, based on that, there shouldn't be even be hunger in the world. You know, there shouldn't be hunger in the world. You know, but you know, it's crazy. And a lot of times, people think that just because we're Republican, that we're not aware of shit like this. No, we are. And some right wing Republicans that are like really, you know, real, you know, I'm not in agreement with them. I guess maybe I would be considered maybe a moderate, you know, I don't know, whatever the hell. But you know, but the truth is, I mean, it's sad. I mean, shit, 1.4 million for one Tomahawk cruise missile. You know, there's been time. You know, it's sad. I know people who got little kids. They don't got money for Pampers and shit. You know, men that have their wives and babies, and sometimes they struggle to buy a box of Pampers, and they're shorthanded. You know, and the water bill came, and they got shut off because they couldn't pay for their water. You know, that's what's happening in Puerto Rico. That's what's happening worldwide. You got people going hungry. So recently there was a proposal, you know, and this is one thing about Trump that I didn't agree with, you know. So I mean, you know, everybody knows I support Trump, but at the same time, if he does something I don't agree with, I'm gonna say I don't agree with. He was talking about they had proposed for people who were food stamp recipients, part of the money for the food stamps, they were going to take it away and give people a freaking box of like groceries. Now I say to myself, why such an attack? Why is there such an attack on poor people? You know, why isn't there the same attack on the price of cruise missiles? Why isn't there the same attack on the salaries, like the new director of the energy company here in Puerto Rico, who's going to be receiving a salary of $500,000 a year? Why people don't complain about that? Why don't people say, look at that, that's where my tax dollars are going? Because that's where their tax dollars are going. It ain't the food stamp people. The food stamps ain't even making a dent. That's not even 2% of what we pay in taxes. You know? But people always give the blame to the poor. Oh yeah, because too much money is being lost in food stamps. No, man, too much money is being lost in fucking missiles and shit. You know, too much money is being lost in the salaries that these people are getting. You know, the government officials here in Puerto Rico. Look, the city of New York has more inhabitants than Puerto Rico. They got one mayor running the city of New York. All right, one mayor. Puerto Rico has a mayor in every freaking town of the island. How many towns are in Puerto Rico? I don't even know. There's like 80. We got like 80, 90 mayors and shit. Why? We don't need 90 mayors going on. We don't need that shit. But that's what happens in Puerto Rico. And then they wonder, where's the money? Each of those mayors is making $100,000 a year, probably more. Senators are making $200,000-$300,000 a year, and they get their diets paid for, and they get their cars paid for, and all these. And then when you're like the governor, or you're somebody like really up there in politics, when you get out, then they got assigned security guards, like bodyguards for the rest of your life. I see them. I remember a couple years back, I was working here in Dorado as a security guard near the Walgreens, right? I used to work at night. And I remember one day this car, there was where I used to like stand post, it was in front of a little store that they sold like meats, like Angus, really good quality meats. And all of a sudden I see this big black car pull up. It wasn't a limo, but it was like a big, nice, looked like a Lincoln and shit. These two armed guys, big motherfuckers, they got out, and one of them stood by the door, and the other one, I'm like, holy shit, what's that? All of a sudden, this tall woman gets out, and she's gonna go buy meat. And it was the governor, the old governor of Puerto Rico, Pedro Rosselló. It was his wife. She went to go buy some meat right there at that little store in the corner where I was a security guard. And I said to myself, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to her. She could come and buy her meat right there. She don't need these a chauffeur and armed guards to come here and buy some damn meat. That's how it is. So if she bought a slab of chuletas there, that was probably the most expensive chuleta in the world, because you're going to a custom place that sells chuletas, it sells meat, pork chops. If the people don't know what a chuleta is, so add to the price of that pork chop the 2 armed guards that came to escort the woman, plus the sales tax, plus the gas. That pork chop must have cost at least $600. I mean, ain't that shit ridiculous? I'm a security guard there. If somebody was gonna mess with it, I was gonna jump in. That was the most expensive pork chop on the planet. And that's how these people are living, man. And then then they get mad at the food stamps. They get mad because some poor ass person gets some damn food stamps. I mean, and I know there are stupid people out there too that they get food stamps, they don't need it. I understand that too, and I've seen it on YouTube, and it pisses me off to see some hoe talking about, oh yeah, y'all paying for me. I got the food stamps, and look, I'm buying shrimp, and I'm gonna give it to my dog. I've seen that, man, and that's why the people get pissed, and that's why they want to take the food stamps away, because of people like that. They use that shit as an excuse, but the truth is, the truth is, really, who wants to be on food stamps? Nobody wants to be on food stamps. People have pride, man. People like pulling out their stack of money and paying their shit and looking like a baller. Nobody wants to pull out an EBT card. There's no pride in pulling out an EBT card. People do it because they need to do it, because we need it. You know what I'm saying? Here in Puerto Rico, almost everybody gets food stamps, So over here, it's more common. But and a lot of people need it. Even people that are working, they need food stamps. They need it because shit is bad here. But yeah, man. Damn, this was a long video, man, and I can't believe Mark Zuckerberg hasn't cut me off now. So I guess he liked the message. I guess the message wasn't, I guess in his opinion, not so conservative this time, I guess. But yeah, man. Anyways. So guys, yeah, let me get out of here. But thank you for the time you have been there to listen to my crazy ass. And like I said, this is I believe this is episode. Yeah, let me see what episode. I think it's episode 28 of these videos that I do. No, this is not 28. This is 29. This is episode 29 of the Ruben Obed Show. So I'm gonna be uploading this to my YouTube channel as I normally do. So if you missed it here, and you can go watch it there. So there's been so far 20 up to this video 29 episodes. So if you want to see any other video, you can look it up on YouTube and just put the Ruben Obed Show and episode 29, episode 22, episode 1, whatever you want to see. It's all up there on YouTube. So all right, guys, peace. Take care. God bless. Shout out to Mala Santiago. Thank you for sharing that light bulb fixture thing for me. I really like that. I'm gonna look that up to see if I can get one of those. All right, well, take care and God bless everybody. Peace.